Wrestling fans, promoters, wrestlers, and anyone who enjoys pro wrestling now have something new to be excited about. The Wrestling Fans International Association, the WFIA, is back. WFIA is an association that exists to promote, grow, and support professional wrestling throughout the world. Membership is free. Your membership includes a free digital bi-monthly publication of the Wrestling Fan News newsletter, association updates, voting privileges, and much more. Please go to thewfia.org, that's THEWFIA.org, and become a member today.
Everybody, this is PWZ, WON Sports. I got Harry Davila by my side, as it is every Sunday afternoon, and I am joined by Andy Brown and Alyssa Marino. Thank you, and welcome you two to the show.
Thanks so much for having us. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you guys on. You guys are two of my favorite people to do anything wrestling related. In general, but give us a little introduction to the both of you. We'll start with Alyssa first because she's obviously the star of this tandem. Let us know how you even got into wrestling. Where'd you start?
Okay.
And what are you doing currently?
Okay, so I watched wrestling when I was really, really little, like single digits little, with my great grandfather, and we would watch tapes of like Undertaker and Ric Flair, and I fell off for a really long time, and then I moved to LA, and I kind of just started watching like randomly, like I caught it on TV, and I was like, wait a second, like this is still like, this is active, this is going, like this is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, oh wait, I can go see this in person. So I think I went to like an NXT live event in LA. I went to like independent shows on the scene, and really just fell in love with it. I found a school that did a one-day tryout, and the physical portion was not up my alley, but the cutting a promo portion was. So the school is Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy in Gardens, California. And they ended up doing a manager class, which was all about like literally every aspect that was not an in-ring competitor. And I took that and got to do little bits and pieces of everything from commentary to interviews, ring announcing, a little bit of refereeing, not my strong suit, but like setting things up, production, camera work, photography. Like the first show I ever worked, I was a photographer. So yeah, it was cool to like learn little bits and pieces of everything. Did a lot of work out on the West Coast, met this guy, and then got signed with WWE, moved out to Florida, worked with them at the very beginning of 2020, and then the world shut down. And then we found different ways to do things. And now on the independent scene, working here and there, mostly in the Northeast. And that's my story.
All right. You mentioned Santino Brothers. If I'm not mistaken, Andy, correct me. That's Joey Chaos's school, correct?
100%.
Yes. A lot of good people came out of that school. Guys like again Joey Chaos, Zocre. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his something star. I'm blanking on his name.
Phoenix.
Oh my God,
Phoenix Star.
Phoenix Star.
There
Yes,
you go.
Yeah.
Just to name a few people. So that's a very reputable school to get any type of training from. Andy, we've talked a few times about your upbringing and kind of like where you started. Why don't you give everybody out here a little bit of a scoop on who you are and how you got started?
Shit, bro. So I got started. Well, I watched wrestling as a kid. I don't remember the age or anything like that. I hate it because I never know when, like, everyone has like their story of like, oh, I was 5 and I saw Hulk Hogan and blah blah blah. I don't remember any of that stuff, but I do remember like the characters, right? So like the fondest memory or like the most what's the word? Impactful memory I have is The Rock. I remember seeing The Rock and understanding like, oh, this is like this is dope, you know? And then I remember Ultimate Warrior and of course Hulk Hogan and stuff like that. But when I saw The Rock, that's when I was just like, I know, you know, sorry, this is left field, but that was when I was just like, oh, like people my skin color can
Yeah.
do this too at a very high level. You know what I mean? This was way before I saw Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero and all them.
Mhm.
It was just that. So then I saw it, and oh man, I hate saying this sometimes, but like I met some friends and we did backyard wrestling. I know, but
Who
I
did?
know it.
Who didn't?
How many
huh?
times we hear
Who
that?
didn't?
Like,
You're
so everybody, I
you're
think,
right,
did
you're
that.
right, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then we found, and then we were looking for a school to train at because at the time I didn't know that there's training schools. I thought you
Yeah.
had to
Mhm.
know someone to know someone to know someone to
Right.
train you. Um, and there was almost a falling out between me and my friends. And I almost went to Santino Bros because we were looking at a
Mm,
school and they're just kind of, what's the word? Lollygagging. So I'm
yeah.
just like,
Oh
damn,
yeah.
bro, like I need a
You're really
school.
trying to do this.
Yeah, and then I found one that was closer to me, which was like maybe like 30 minutes from my house, and which it was Santino's. I never went forward with it, and then we finally ended up all me and my friends going to Jesse Hernandez School of Hard Knocks in San Bernardino, so in the
Oh,
IE,
okay.
and we went there and trained for. I was training for 8 months and they told me, "Do you have your gear?" And I was like, "What? No, man, I don't know how this goes. Like, what am I supposed to do?" You know what I mean? So then they didn't force me or pressure me, but they pressured me to get my gear. I went to E Lucha where everyone goes to get
The
their
E
gear.
Lucha specials.
You know what I mean? And then I thought I was clever and I got like some gear that was red and I was like, "Oh, no one has this." And then when I debuted, I don't remember. I'm very terrible with dates. When I debuted, I think I saw like six other wrestlers with that same gear.
Same gear.
Yeah, yeah, but from a kid wanting to do it once and now it's been 12, 11 years now and I'm still doing it.
Wow.
You're doing it at a high level. You're taking over the East Coast one promotion at a time.
Thank you, man.
Jesse Hernandez, that's a very familiar name, and I'm almost want to say he was a referee at one point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
He was a
Okay.
referee
Very
for
high
the
profile referee.
XPW,
Yep.
huh?
XPW.
Oh, I don't know if he did
Ooh, I don't
that.
know.
He might. So here's the thing with Jesse is so funny is that he set up the ring, like his ring,
Mm-hmm.
for everywhere, everyone and everywhere. The
Okay.
PWG ring is his ring. There's a lot of spots where he got like, you know, whether it be the canvas or like the boards that are in there for like
Yep.
Lucha Underground, but he originally got it from like WWF stuff. So it's a
He
Oh.
it's a great
he
ring.
he
Uh,
worked for Herb Abrams UWF. I got the list right here in front of me. He worked for Herb Abrams. He worked for the NWA in that time period as well in the late 80s and 90s. He worked for the WWF in the 80s and 90s as well.
Yeah.
whoa.
This guy has been around. He's a very high revered
Okay.
referee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. Andy, you are currently the Blitzkrieg Bedlam champion.
Yep.
How is that experience been for you being through Blitzkrieg, kind of like working your way up to becoming a huge babyface for a little bit, and actually still babyface, and now being the champion?
It's a shock. It still is like a shock to me because essentially I'm still whatever. I'm still kind of like an outsider because I didn't grow with everyone and everything like that, but I'm in now with the circles and stuff like that and
Yeah.
like understanding people and stuff like that. But like technically I'm still an outsider, so like I remember I do you remember the date? You don't remember the date when we did that first show?
It was like May
So when we left
2021.
Florida to come to Philadelphia, that's where we're at. A lot of people think we're New England people, but we're Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But that so like let's say it was Thursday or let's say Friday. We got here, we got to Philadelphia Friday. Saturday morning, I went to like take my my morning stuff in the restroom. I took a shit, right? And and I saw on my DMs Blitzkrieg messaging me, "Hey, can you get to Springfield?" I don't know where things are at. And I was like, bro, I can't
I
get to
think,
the Homer Simpson's house. Like, how am I supposed to get there,
of
right?
course, that's what he would think.
I think
Obviously,
so.
yeah.
And then I was talking to Alyssa and she was just like, just do it. And we're like, all right, cool. And then like showered up after I did my stuff,
Of
and me
course.
Yep.
felt a little lighter. And then we went and man, I don't know. I feel like if I never did that, then I probably wouldn't be champ or maybe I wouldn't be booked. But the fact that they trust me enough to let me hold their title and do what I do with it, it's like it's crazy, man. It's still so surreal to me. Like I still can't believe it. Every time I see it and hold it, I'm just like, nah, bro, this ain't real, right? This is crazy.
It,
Like,
it's as real as again. You're getting a lot of good competition coming out of that way. One recently being one young Charlie Tiger. Um,
man, Charlie's amazing, bro. He's cool. Like, I hate pulling back the curtain a little bit, but I was talking to him before the show, and this dude is he's wild.
yeah,
Like some of the things that he talks about and his conspiracies and like things he believes and things like, oh, could this be true? He's a delight, man. Like you should have him
he'll
on here one day.
Uh, eh, eh, there have been conversations. We'll talk a little more off the air about some things that are
Oh yeah.
coming up.
Oh yeah.
Especially when it comes to a specific group Charlie Tiger is a part of.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. But going back to Blitzkrieg, I believe the Springfield show that was you and Manders.
No,
Is that not the same show?
no. I've never wrestled Manders before.
You should
Uh,
manifest.
Who did you wrestle?
I know.
You wrestled somebody in a
Hollister.
mall.
It was Brad. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Brad Hollister, Big Bacon.
Was it Hollister?
Yeah, man, it was him. It was apparently it was I can't remember like everything that was supposed to happen, but it was like someone versus someone, then that person got injured, and then it was someone versus this person, and that person got hurt,
Yeah.
and then it was Hollister versus someone, and then that person got hurt, and then I came in the picture.
Mhm.
It was some
Okay.
wild stuff like
But
that.
didn't they also lead into like some stuff between you and Manders eventually supposed to happen?
Yeah, well,
It was during the mother of all scrambles.
Yeah.
They had like a little bit
Yes,
of
okay.
interaction at the tail end.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, okay. I think I remember being at that Springfield. That was the Ethan show.
At
Ethan
the
Page?
House of Pierogies.
No, it was in a mall.
It was
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the White Lion Brewery or something, and it was
It-
like out right
yes.
inside like of a
Yeah,
mall,
yeah,
and the
yeah,
brewery
yeah,
was connected.
yeah.
That show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So yes, I
That
do
was
remember.
fun.
I remember that. I think that was the first time I actually got my first eyes on you. And it was a little bit after that we had met up again at Grind.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and that was when we started having our initial talk. How Speaking of Grind, let's transition a little bit. How's Grind been for you?
Ugh.
How's
Love
Grind been for
Grind.
the both of you?
Yeah, Grind is an awesome place. Grind feels like home. Grind
Yeah.
feels like family.
Yeah.
I think we just, and I'll speak for both of us. I think we both just feel really very lucky and very grateful that, I'm from the Northeast, but I didn't start wrestling stuff in the Northeast. So we both kind of came over from the West Coast by way of Florida. And we were really just taken in by people that were like, no, you guys are cool. We like you.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I think we just have felt
Now
really
for you, they did.
okay for me, and then for you.
It took me a little while because it's
No,
different. It's different.
it's-
It's different. Like wrestling and commentary, it is a little different.
But I think personality-wise, people like us.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Oh
you
yeah,
have
no,
some people, but you have a
personality.
heart.
You guys are two spitting balls of amazing personalities.
Oh, thank
Um,
you. Okay.
Alyssa being a personality also on the interwebs with her little mini series. Talk to us about how you even started doing that a little bit. Oh, just to give you guys a heads up, this podcast is going to go all over the place. It's going to start
Good.
here.
Yeah, as it should.
So, going back to now, you on Instagram, you do these little things where you try candies and you do the cereal stuff. How did that come about? How did you go, I want to do this and see what everybody else thinks?
Yeah, so the cereal thing started completely by way of social media. It was really when I was first starting to get a following. I was starting to do more wrestling shows in California, and I had posted randomly that I was like, "Oh, I'm having a bowl of cereal, whatever." Like, I don't know. I was like, "What do I do content-wise? How do I make this happen?"
Mhm.
And people responded to it, and they were like, wanted to share their thoughts on cereal, and just it was like a way of, we all connected about it.
Yep.
So then it became fans started bringing me cereal at shows. They're like, "Oh, you're cereal girl." I'm like, yeah, okay.
So
And I literally had this thing I said, I'm like, as soon as people start giving me free food, I'll feel like I've made it. So
Yeah.
that honestly felt like a blessing. And but then it became that I had acquired too much cereal for me to imbibe. So I started bringing cereal to shows to eat with wrestlers. And while we were eating, we would have a little chat, we would have a little conversation, and I started to tape them and put them on the internet. That slowed down when I had first started at WWE, just because I was like, what can I do? Like, am I allowed to do this? And then as soon as I like got my release from there, I restarted the series and did it virtually, because everything was kind of shut down and everyone was far away. We weren't really doing shows, so it became more of a like a Zoom chat kind of thing.
Yep.
And then from there it evolved. I started doing Let's Get Cereal. I took a little hiatus. I went back into it. I was kind of like back and forth with it. But snack finds became a lot easier to do because it was just really random crap that I would find at like a dollar store. I'm like, hey, whatever. I can show people one bite of me sampling something new. I'm really into like just like snacks from like all different like cultures. Like I think it started with British snacks, where I was like, well, we went to a British shop in like New Jersey, and we got a bunch of like British treats, and I was like, cool. So like, let's like do little taste tests and stuff like that. It's just like silly little stuff that makes me happy.
Speaking of your candy stuff, you had posted one a while ago. It was like this like lemonade. Oh my God, like a Twizzler, the licorice. Yeah. So
Incredible.
I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that's from like another country, whatever. I go to a store like about a week later, and I see them for the first time. I'm like, why have I never known these things ever existed? And why is it now that I'm noticing that they are here in this little area?
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, I did try it. They were actually pretty good.
They're really good.
Yeah. But I find stuff like that cool, especially when it comes to any type of wrestling personality, whether it be a wrestler or a commentator, announcer, whatever it's so be. But I find stuff like that to be cool because it engages you with the fans.
Yeah.
And it adds a new wrinkle to your personality. Now you're almost like having like little one-on-ones with all these people who are following you. And then that's always going to lead to more followers, more people viewing what you're doing. Which will now lead me to Alyssa and commentary.
Yes.
How did that start for you? Who gave you your first start as a commentator, and where do you feel more comfortable as far as like what you're watching? Like what is your style? What do you prefer to call?
Oh, okay. So when I first started, I was only ring announcing, and I always was I dreaded commentary, because I felt like because I hadn't been like a lifelong fan that had stuck through and watched it, for all of those years I missed, I'm like,
oh
there's
man,
no way I could ever know enough to call a match successfully. And I think my crippling fear of feeling like an idiot or someone making fun of me not knowing something pushed me so much harder to like over prepare for everything, because I was like, nobody's gonna catch me making a mistake or calling me stupid or whatever.
Not on this day.
Not today. It happened, but that's okay. Things happen to us all. We're human. So the first opportunity that I actually got to do commentary is a I don't know if people even talk about this promotion anymore. And I don't know if people mention it by name.
We can still talk about it. I'll say it. It was bar wrestling.
Yeah, bar wrestling in California.
Oh,
that was
okay.
The first place that I did commentary for.
Listen, we can talk about bar wrestling, because bar wrestling was a cool little awesome thing that was happening.
For a period.
Do we need to talk about the logistical part of it? No. But we can talk about bar wrestling. That's A-okay.
Yes.
It was
Agreed.
My first opportunity, and it gave me a lot of chances to learn and to grow.
That was your first?
That was the first time I did commentary.
Easy.
I did like a little dojo show like at Santino's, but like my first actual show that I did was there.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
And I worked with Christian Cole, who was honestly
Fantastic. That dude is
such a great person.
That dude is amazing, bro.
Honestly.
Amazing.
And-
in and out of the ring, amazing. I'm not trying to like shortchange you on
for sure.
like ring announcing. He's PWG's ring announcer right now. He's fantastic.
Okay.
He's great.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm grateful it was him because I feel like I was a nervous wreck, and obviously, and he was so kind and so generous with his time and just walked me through things. I felt super comfortable, and I'm so very lucky that I had him as my first commentary partner. And I've really been blessed to have nothing but awesome people that I've worked with over the years. Like, I feel very, very lucky. No one's ever like ruined it for me, or I've been like, I don't ever want to do this again because they were mean, like. That's very much in my wheelhouse.
There's people out there like that. So I get it. What do you prefer to call?
Right. Okay. Honestly, I love calling silly crap. I love a balance of like a play-by-play that is very by the book and very, very strict, and little old me that just wants to believe. I feel like that is my favorite dynamic of someone that's like a stick in the mud, and then me that just wants to believe everything that's happening with the wholeness of my being. I absolutely love, like.
Do you have a match like that?
The one I'm thinking of is there was one, and it was it Love Doug and Alley Catch, but then Little Me and Kathleen came out. It was like at a Beyond or a Wrestling event.
Beyond.
I was in all of my glory because I'm like, yes, they are looking into each other's eyes. They're falling, and like, I just wanted to believe so much. And I feel like that's where I was thriving.
That's good.
The Love Doug, Love Triangle.
Oh,
I remember, yes. I want to say I was there for that. That might have been Miracle Jen tag win for the titles.
Oh, I don't
remember.
Okay.
I gotta get better at like keeping track of what happens at events.
You know what? That's the Rain Man in me sometimes. That like I just start like, okay, she did that, and then I'll start piecing things together. That's me. So don't mind that. I apologize if that throws anybody off.
Trivial of memories sometimes.
Yeah. Andy, you've had a couple of different opponents over the last few months. A little bit of everybody, a couple high flyers, a couple big boys. Who's somebody if you're like to pick somebody right now you've never laid hands on?
Who would it be?
Who would you be? Who would it be?
So the problem with that answer is I never have just one person that I'm like, oh, I need to, you know what I mean? It's always like a lot of different people. Like Manders, I've never got to wrestle with, but we're very good friends outside of wrestling and stuff like that, and we chat and everything like that. So like Manders is someone that I really want to
manifest
not just because he's popular right now, but Brian Keith has always been someone that I've really wanted to work with. It sounds crazy to say it like this, but Rip Bison is someone that we did.
I can see that. I can see that all day.
We did a little.
It was
thing
open. It was like so short.
Yeah, Wrestling Open. We did like a little like 5-minute match, but it's like I want to like really get into it and stuff like that. Honestly, it's like I hate it because I'm kind of drawing a blank, but there is a lot of people. I make fun of this all the time. Because that fool is just strong and his stupid light skin grip. But the Miracle Generation, I really want to wrestle them. I just do not want to wrestle Kylon King. He's just a piece of shit. But he's someone that I really want, or both of them is someone that I really want to work with in the tag team. Man, I hate it because like now, like I'm thinking about everyone, but no names are like.
Yep.
But honestly, I thrive myself in when I was in California. Obviously, that's where I was born and raised. Is like I feel like I wrestled everyone there except the new crop of people that coming out.
Yep.
But I've wrestled everyone there, so like I want to do that over here. You know what I mean? In the Northeast, I want to wrestle everyone, like no matter who it is.
Doesn't matter if you think it or not. Like me and Jordan Oliver, like let's do that. You know, me and someone versus Young, Dumb and Broke. Like I want to do all that stuff. So it's that's a hard question for me to be like, oh, this one
Yeah.
person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Tiffany
absolutely.
XL, I want to wrestle her.
Yeah.
Becca, I want to wrestle. Like I'm down for everything, man.
Okay, so I've had kind of like mixed reactions to to the next question. So please shoot like from the hip, like be for real. Intergender wrestling, as far as you go, is that something that you're for it, you're against it, it's not necessarily your cup of tea, it's something that you're looking to do a little bit more? What do you see when it comes to intergender wrestling and Andy Brown?
For me, it's like wrestling in general. If it's done right, it's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get like, oh, sorry, I almost cursed.
Oh,
I don't care. Like, I don't care, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, let's have a good time. Let's go out there and, tell a story and everyone be safe and have fun and let's do all this stuff. It don't matter what it is to me. Like, I've never been someone that's like, oh, I don't like that. Comedy wrestling, oh,
Yeah.
like, no, I'm about every single part of wrestling. This whole thing, no matter what it is, like going way back in the day, Doink the Clown, everyone liked it.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden when someone's doing a comedy gimmick that's not a clown that we like, shit on it? What does it matter? What's the point of like shitting on deathmatch stuff? It's just like just because you don't understand it doesn't mean like you should hate on it. You know what I mean? Do I want to do a deathmatch? Yes. She does not let me. But intergender wrestling is what I'm saying. I love it. I'm all for it. I think I'm like, what's the word? Not undefeated, but defeated. Like I lost to every
Oh,
single.
completely defeated.
Yeah,
Every time you
Complete other side of the spectrum.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
do
no,
not have a good record
no,
with
no, no,
intergender
no.
matches.
But for me, it's just like, bro, yeah, what does it matter, man? Let's just go out there and have a good time and have fun. Like is wrestling should be ice cream, correct? Like everyone talks about it. Everyone talks about wrestling should be ice cream. So like, sure, this
It's a
is
good
not
analogy.
your, huh?
It's a good analogy.
Yeah, like sure, this isn't your ice cream flavor. That's okay. Why you gotta hate on it? Just say you
So
don't.
many
Just oh, I
flavors.
don't want it. Cool. Go into the next
There's
thing.
literally so many
Yeah.
options.
So many, and
Yeah.
that's what I love about wrestling. It don't matter if it's what is it, big meaty men slapping meat, or high flyers, or intergenders, or death matches, or comedy. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, just go out there, have a good time. If you're not into it, then cool, just chill out, go drink a beer, and come back in like 10, 15 minutes, and then watch whatever else you want to watch. But I'm all for, dude. Like, I hate it. I
I,
love it.
I I'm so glad you guys are as positive as you guys are, because like I have these conversations. We've had these conversations between the three of us, like just about how beautiful wrestling can be sometimes. And you're absolutely right. It's a little bit of something for everyone. The deathmatch people can like their deathmatch wrestling. That's okay. The intergender people can like that. That's okay. And
You
I wish, like, social media is so bad right now for that type of
It's
stuff.
cesspool. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
man.
It's I read some. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen. I saw it this morning. It was a clip of Sasha Banks from New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
You saw? Okay, so listen knows what I'm talking about. And
Fine.
it's a clip where a person going to get a picture goes up and goes, "Oh, I heard in the dirt sheets, that the reason you left is this," and she got visibly upset, and she kind of gave it right back to how the fan gave it to her. And you see the comments, and you're like, "Oh my God, that's like, how can anybody be against her for defending herself the way she did?"
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, they
And
attacked her?
it got bad.
Damn.
It's really ugly out there. And I was just like, I had to get off social media. I just like, yeah, I'm just gonna put this away for now, because it's
Yeah.
just so bad how the fans somewhat treat the performers.
Oh
So
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
worst. It's the absolute worst. That's why up front, like I mean, we talked, so you know how I am. I'm
yeah,
always up front, like I'll tell you what's on my mind, or sometimes I shouldn't say what I say, but sometimes I do. But like it's one of those things where like you need to like it sucks, man. It's a terrible feeling, but like you need to tell like people that you're a person as well. Just the
yes,
same way you're supporting me, like that's great. I appreciate it, but that doesn't make just because you buy a shirt and an 8x10, that doesn't give you the right to like talk down to me. If that's the case,
yeah,
then keep your fucking money. Oh, sorry.
Mm.
Sorry, sorry,
it's
sorry.
okay. You get one. You'll get
Leaving that
one.
in. I'm leaving that in. So,
All right, but if that's the case, then keep your money, man. Like, get out of here. Like, if you're gonna talk to me like that, then I'm gonna talk to you like that. I've
Yeah.
been nothing but respectful. I'm here, open arm, dog. I'm in my underwear with a crop top on, and you're gonna talk crap to me? Like, how come I can't say nothing back? Like, I ain't trying to hate on you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
providing that person with like 15, 20 minutes of happiness while you're out there doing a job, and then they come at you just talking shit,
Yeah,
basically.
it's
And
weird, man.
wrestling fans tend to have a sense of entitlement, I guess. And that's
There's that key word there.
You
So
know?
so do you guys have any stories of where like you've had a fan more or less kind of like talk to you in a certain way and you kind of like responded in jest, or is there any stories you want to talk about?
Not that I can think of. I feel like you'll have fans that just try and that want to have a conversation, which is like cool. Like time and place, I guess, is an important thing. Because a lot of the time I'll sometimes get them in like my DMs where it's like responding to stories and commenting and commenting and commenting. And it's like I don't follow them, so I just go and I see it in my request folder, and it's like, oh, they've said hello 12 times. At some point, for my own peace, I'm just going to delete that, and I'm not going to respond because that's not the kind of energy that I want.
No,
I haven't had anything in person that I can think of,
No,
which I feel again grateful,
yeah,
lucky for.
no, for real.
But
No, I just talk shit to people. So when they say something to me, I say something back, and they go, "Oh, you
I
can
can vouch
talk
for
to me
that.
like that? Yeah, and what? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. All right, cool, man. You gonna buy this shirt? No, then keep it moving. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody like we ain't wasting nobody's time over here. But I think like my wrestling style, not to go off the topic, but like I feel like my wrestling style is that. I've said this before where like I'm an experienced, like it's kind of hard. Like if you see me on camera and stuff like that, it's cool, it's fine, it's whatever. But like when you're there, you can hear me saying certain things and like doing so every time I land on my stomach, and like you can't hear it on film sometimes, but the people in the front row will hear me going, "Oh, my tummy," because it hurts, man. This stuff hurts. But like that's the thing. So I feel like with people, that was a good timing. I feel like with people when they see me in a wrestling ring, or they see me at the merch table, or they see me just walking around, it's just like it's kind of one of those things where like not necessarily what you see is what you get, but kind of what you see is what you get. Because like, you know what I mean? Like hey man, at the end of the day, like, hold on, how do I word this? I am a real person.
yeah,
Yeah, see,
You're a real boy.
I'm a real thick daddy.
yes, you are.
Yeah.
I think honestly that's one of the reasons why I vibe with you as well as we do, because we shoot it back and forth all day long. We don't really
I
care.
love it. I just put out a tweet today. Whenever I don't know, October 18th. I just put out this tweet today.
So like this afternoon.
Yeah, but because this is gonna air on Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah, see. Oh, who's the fucking smarty? Damn it!
I love it. I love it.
So I just put out a tweet October 18th
Yes.
saying, very random, thank you to everyone that accepted me for being me. You know what I mean? Because and that's real life, man. Because this wrestling thing is kind of hard and it's tricky to navigate through and stuff like that. But like the people that are around me and like that love me and accept both of us and love us, it's like, man, it's a blessing, bro. Like it was very scary coming out here to the Northeast, not knowing anyone and essentially like trying to restart. But I think we've been doing good.
I think you guys have been killing it. You guys have been knock on wood.
Sorry, knock on wood.
Do you mind if we get a little personal here?
Hell yeah, bro. It's about 7.5.
Oh, Rick, I got nothing, bro. You see, this is why. This is why.
I wasn't expecting that, but yeah.
Just keep it in the archives, guys. Enjoy.
She said it wasn't gonna air.
Good way. I had that.
You two. Let's talk about you two. Where'd you guys meet? Who shot the shot first? And then any stories you guys want to tell about each other,
So,
if you want to get into that.
I get kicked in the head a lot, so you got to tell the stories.
So so this is actually the one of the coolest things is that I had been going to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood events, and I had seen Andy,
Mhm.
and I officially, I feel like, met him and shook his hand at my debut. So when
Okay.
I debuted at Santino Brothers, I was doing a manager character, and I went around and like said all my hellos.
December, huh?
Dec-
Sorry.
yeah, it was
It was before Christmas
December.
because I wrestled Brody King
Yeah.
and he forgot the title.
So he
and they
put
had
the title
sack.
in a Santa sack. The
Another
title.
another title.
Yeah, it was great.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But yeah, you were the main event, and that was the first time I think we actually met and
The main event, baby.
We didn't even we just shook
it was
hands,
literally
right?
we shook hands and that was it. But then I think we just got closer at Championship Wrestling. You were one of my first interviews that I did there, and I remember like appreciating it so much because you were just as nervous as I was, and I'm like, "Will you do this?" And you're like, "Nah." I'm like, that red light, I still get nervous. I'm like, "All right, cool." So he put me at ease, and we would do interviews together all the time. I think we just talked a lot. We talked all the time.
Yeah, we was kicking it. We started seeing each other at a bunch of LA shows and
we would just go to shows just to like hang out.
yeah. But we were going to shows just because like I knew she was on. Well,
Mhm.
she knew I was on, so we just went, you know what I
Support.
mean? Sure.
That's what you want to
Support.
call it.
Yeah, support.
Yeah.
May I
Yeah.
ask? May I ask what it was like working for Championship Wrestling and David Marquez?
I loved it. The production there, the producers and everything there. Johnny Yuma, when he was there, fuck, dude. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, 3.
I don't know what they saw in me. I really don't. But whatever they decided to do with me ended up working in the long run of the scheme of things.
Right.
Dave Marquez is very, how do I put this politely? He's very, if you're not talking about work, he's a great dude. Like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get flack for it, and everyone's gonna hate on me a little bit. But he's a good dude. He's cool. He's the same way me and Harry are. We talk joking. But when it's time for business, it's business. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Dave is he's on a different level with it. He's more TV wise with
He's
it.
basically, for ultimately like a TV producer, he's worked with
Yeah.
various aspects of the business
Mhm.
of not necessarily just wrestling, but he worked for Disney for a number of years as well.
I think he's still.
Or he still does, actually. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
I think he very well may. I think.
Yeah, he was when I was working with Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I remember saying something because I talk a lot and joke a lot, and I said something to him, and he goes, "Get over here!" He's like, "Get over here!" And he like kind of scolded me, but in a very professional way. And he goes, "I produced so and so and did this and did that and did that." I don't want to name drop, but all the people that are
Yep.
on WWE right now, and I'm just like, "Oh, okay, so I should shut up and listen to you." And then after that, he's been nothing but nice and respectful to us. And when we did Championship Wrestling, when we did from Hollywood, when we did Championship Wrestling from Atlanta, he contacted both of us personally. When they did, where was the other one at?
Well, they did. Now they're doing Derby City, which is in Kentucky, and they were doing Memphis for a while. And it's kind of like loosely related now, the Memphis one. And
So he's trying to get us out there and stuff like that, do things like that. But I'm very deathly afraid of flying, so I just don't do it.
Really?
Arizona was the other one. Arizona.
Oh,
was
yeah,
the-
Arizona. Yeah.
I did that one a few times. Yeah, but working with Dave is honestly it's great. It's let's work first. Let's do what we can and let's do the best we can, and then we'll party. Then we'll have fun and do this and stuff like. But Dave Marquez has always been great to us or to me, and he's I like him. I like him.
Yeah, and I think the whole team over there was just really awesome. Like Nick Bonanno, Ty Matthews. I think.
Oh yeah, Ty
Matthews.
I feel so bad for the production team over there because I cannot cut a promo to save my life when it's scripted and stuff like that. I'm terrible at it. When I see the red light, I get so panicky and just scared. because they go, do you, be you, do your thing. And then I'd be like, oh, F this, da da da, and N-word that. And they're like, you can't do
Can't do
that.
that.
And I'm like, oh. So Ty Matthews used to help me with my, not used to, he kind of still does, helps me with my promos. I'm like, how do I say this? How do I do that? Da 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 da. And so he'll help me. And Nick Banano, Banano?
Yeah.
Banano's such a great name.
And what a gem.
He used to record the pre-match promos and also ref. So I felt terrible, but like it'd be like whatever, 11, and we're trying to get done with the promos, but I'm still there at 11:45, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. He goes, no, it's cool, man. Just do your thing. Just very calm, but very like mad. You know what I mean? Because we're still
Patience
there.
of a saint.
Yeah, because we're still there and
Patience
we're
of a
doing
saint.
that stuff. And then what is his Yuma? But is Johnny Yuma or Andrew Yuma? Whatever. It's Yuma. Yuma is
Johnny Yuma.
he's fantastic producer. I think he does stuff right now for NWA. He's
He's
fantastic.
He's a producer, and I think he's Gags the Gimp, I believe, under the mask.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what?
How
Yeah,
dare you?
was I not
Kayfabe,
supposed to reveal-
kayfabe.
Oh shit,
I want to believe.
He was one of the ones that saw something in me and was just like, just literally said, trust me on what we're doing. Don't get upset. Let's just go. Let's just have
Right.
fun. And it worked out in the long run. I was Heritage champion and I was Heritage tag team champion.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. So it was fun there, man. I very much enjoyed it. And I got to meet Alyssa, obviously, and we hit it off from there. So that was cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
And sorry to go back to your question, who shot the first shot? It was her. I just want the
Oh, but you
record to be
remember
shown.
that?
I love how the
Head,
beginning of
remember
the
that.
story is the beginning of the story is I don't remember you tell the story, and now the end of it. That's
But wait,
right.
hold on.
I remember
You
that.
shot the
Let me
shot.
say my
Yeah,
piece.
yeah, yeah.
That's the other thing I remember. I was so shy and nervous that I kept trying to walk away from her, and she kept like, "No,
It's
come
crazy
here,
that you hear that you're so shy and nervous, like even in front of the camera, because like I don't get that vibe, like you said. Outside of that, you're the most like jokey, funny, like cool dude that I've met in wrestling.
Thank
And
you.
I haven't been in wrestling that long. I've only been part of a company for 4 years now. And I think my relationship with you, even through like just text, is far superior than some of the other ones that I've had with other people. So I thank you for that. Thank you for being such a great and awesome person.
Yeah.
Even for someone new in the business. So we tapped a little bit into Blitzkrieg, talked a little about grind. You guys did RPM Fest.
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh,
Go ahead,
sorry. I
please.
thought
No,
you were
go-
burping. I
go
was trying
ahead.
to
I
take
was.
over.
I was.
It was a blast, and it ended up turning into more for me because of some extenuating circumstances of there was some car troubles, and I ended up having to ring announce.
Yes.
Which I had not been anticipating. Troy Nelson ended up reffing, which he was not anticipating.
Yep.
But I found that such a fun little challenge because usually I'm petrified of ring announcing and I would much rather be. It's funny how it changed. I used to be scared of commentary and only comfortable ring announcing. Now I hate ring announcing, but now I would rather be behind the headset and hidden away as opposed to ring announcing. I don't know. It ebbs and flows, but it was a fun little challenge. That crowd was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was a metal festival. There were members of bands in the crowd, like just yelling the most ridiculous things. And it was so much fun.
It was very fun.
It brought me back to like the silly, funny shows that we used to do where I felt like this is just absolute madness and it is a total blast.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Alyssa, do you have a match of recent memory that you can go, that was probably the best match I've called?
I don't know if I do. And only because I think I'm always really hard on myself. So in the moments, I'll always pick apart and find one thing I didn't like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nope, it'll never be the perfect match. It'll never be like the one I'm most proud of. Actually,
You have great calls. Like
thanks.
certain things that you do, they're like funny. Like we did a match where I won't forget it, but like it was myself, my tag partners at the time, Tyler Bateman, which guys should look up.
Yeah.
Ray
I know
Rosas,
I
exactly who
know him.
Tyler
Yeah.
Bateman is.
yeah,
Yep.
Ray Rosas, which you guys should look up
Ray
as
Rosas.
versus
Yes.
yeah, versus Dom Kubrick, Jake Atlas, and Heather Monroe, which is two people. Dom and Kenny's come, or sorry, Jake Atlas is coming back, but like whatever. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's too much information. You should cut that part out. People that you should watch, the match that you should watch is myself, Tyler Bateman, Ray Rosas, Jake Atlas, Dom Kubrick, and Heather Monroe. In that call, we did like a kiss sequence where I don't remember exactly the sequence, but it was something where like Ray kisses Dom, and no, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone paired off, basically.
Dom.
Everyone partnered
Okay.
off.
Dom kisses Ray, then Bateman comes in to hit Dom, but he ends up kissing him because he wants to.
Mhm.
And then Jake comes in and kisses someone. And then I go, my turn, and I kiss Dom. And then it's like, yay. And then here comes the only girl in the match, and she tries to kiss one. They leave and then pair off to kiss. And then they leave to pair off to kiss. And then she looks at me and goes to kiss me. And then I turn and I kiss the referee. And she goes, "Oh my God, Heather has cooties." And it's the greatest line ever because as soon as she drops it, it's like if the crowd heard her and we all start laughing and it's great. It's a great match. It's at Bar Wrestling. It was fantastic. Then right
Yeah.
after that, Heather goes, "Kiss me," and she kicks me in the head,
Yeah.
which I don't get, but whatever.
Andy Brown used to be known for his long, luscious hair.
Yes.
What was the driving point to cutting it off?
Do you see how badass he looks? Are you kidding?
No, I haven't shaved, so.
No, it's pretty badass stuff.
What
You have
was
a
the
good
driving
you have a good head for a baldy.
It's true.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
That's-
goodness.
Got good heads. I my hair was getting pulled back. My hairline was getting pulled back, so like I had to change things, but I had the long hair for a very long time, or especially like that. I had it for a while, so I was just like, maybe something new. It could be like was it quarter life crisis? And I just wanted to cut it and wanted to do something different. Because at the time I was seeing that a lot of people had long hair. And I was just like, oh, I should cut it. I should cut it. And then as soon as I cut it, I started seeing
Everybody-
more people. And I was like, man.
I can't have anything.
Yeah, I actually been thinking about growing it back. I might do it in January, kind of like a New Year's resolution thing.
That's nice.
But we'll see
Huh.
what happens.
It's kind of
Yeah.
what I'm working with now. I'm hiding it now, but it's gotten about here now.
It was
Actually very
long,
proud
long?
of it. Yeah,
Heck
yeah.
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 Hold on, I'll see.
Yeah, show it.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Getting
Beautiful
there little
hair.
by
Look
little.
at that.
Yeah,
That's a process.
that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm hating.
I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of it.
As you should be.
What do you okay? We'll start off with Andy. Andy, give me some matches you got coming up that you know about.
Shit.
Mm.
I have my fault. Friday. No, because this is coming out Sunday, huh?
Coming out Sunday.
So
So
Friday to the 20. So I think I know this is terrible. I'm terrible at promoting my own self. So Thursday 26, I might be doing Wrestling Open. That's not confirmed yet, but like I could be doing that. Friday the 27th is Pro Wrestling Grind.
Yep.
I'll be wrestling Ryan Mooney, the Rabbit Honey
The
Badger.
rematch.
Yeah. So like I'm very excited for this one. Like I said, Grind, like dude, I wasn't supposed to be there kinda. And they fed me to the biggest shark they had in Jay Freddy, and we went 25 minutes and
at last year's RPM Fest.
at last year's RPM Fest, yeah. So like I'm very excited and I cannot wait for that. I have November 12th at Pro Wrestling R against their heavyweight champion in Isaiah Wolf, which I'm very excited for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my second match there, it was against him and I lost, but this time around it's their anniversary show, so I cannot wait, and I hope that people that listen to this show up. And November 17th, I have Blitzkrieg where I defend my title again. And the 18th something might happen. I don't know just yet. And the 19th I have Beyond Wrestling. I don't know what their thing is called.
Oh my God, I just looked it up.
That's okay.
I can't remember.
Is it
Yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Also, it's a mega show. Okay.
Yeah, November 19th.
There's a lot of stuff
Hey,
happening in
Corral
November.
is the name of it.
Okay Corral is the name of it.
Is that the one at the 6th string?
Yeah.
Yeah?
In
Yes.
Foxborough.
Yes, yes.
I don't think I could say who I'm wrestling yet. But I'm
Well, we
very
could talk about
excited.
it off the air.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
It's someone I've been wanting to work with for a while.
Okay.
One of my drinking buddies from back in the day, so like that should be fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Alyssa, what do you got going on?
So I'm actually I'm reeling myself back a little bit. I've had some opportunities coming up work wise. So
Okay.
I do have grind. I will be on the call on upcoming
27th.
Friday, which I'm very, very excited for Celebration Day 2. I have the United by One benefit show that I will be hosting on November 11th that I'm so excited to be part of. I have a debut show for the Wrestling Independent on December 3rd. It's right in Northeast Philadelphia, so I'm super excited to see what what comes of that. It's kind of an exciting opportunity to start things out with them, and I'm sure I'll be sprinkling in little things here and there as I go. But for now, we're getting through the holiday season.
Oh, the holidays. Ugh. Oh, I'm so not excited for the holiday season. So you guys are stationed out of Philadelphia, correct? Okay. There's an ongoing like gasoline station war here between Wawas. Yeah, she knew exactly where I was going with it.
Was she?
Wawas,
Wow.
and sometimes Bucky's, depending if you go a little down south. Do you guys have a preference, one or the other?
Wawa, easy.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
Bucky's is incredible. Bucky's is an institution, but it's just a lot.
It's too much.
It's a lot.
It's too much.
I don't need a whole wall of jerky, I don't even eat meat. But Sheets, I have to say, I went there twice and it didn't blow me away.
No, it's been
But
cool.
it's
Don't
fine.
hate
It's
on
cool.
it. It's
I'm
been
just
straight.
saying, for the way that
Andy got
the way
hurt.
that other people like talk about Sheets, I wasn't like, it didn't knock my socks off. Wawa for me has always delivered, and it could be I'm very biased because it's what I always grew up on. Like Wawa is ingrained in me. I am Wawa for life.
You had mentioned that you're from out here. Where are you necessarily from? Is it from that Philly area, or is it from okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Andy,
What?
where were you? Like where were you? Like
What?
what?
I always say Los Angeles, California, but it's a small little town called La Puente or Bassett, like 20, 25 minutes away from Los Angeles, but originally from California. Yeah. So this war you guys are talking about, I don't know.
Oh man, I've heard so many different things about both different establishments. I'm a Wawa guy myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just say Wawa just because it's literally down the street and they sell alcohol. Not that I drink anymore.
I mean, she'd sell alcohol too, but like I get it.
But there's
they do.
That one that we do in Pittsburgh, that show
Yeah.
that we do in Pittsburgh,
There's one in Hershey. There's one in Hershey that does.
yeah.
All right, guys, what are your socials? Plug yourselves.
I am at AYY_Marino on
myself.
on X. It's Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube. I'm just Alyssa Marino is my channel. I'm, like I said, a little bit of a hiatus right now, but once I get things up and running again sometime in the future, that'll be where to find me.
Let me check.
You're up, Andy Brown.
Oh, I'm up Andy Brown on everything.
Professionalism at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
I had to check, man. Dang.
You should know this already.
Why?
What if somebody's looking to book you?
Shit, bro.
He
You know
checks
how
his
to,
DMs,
you know how to
but
get to
he
me.
just
Yeah,
doesn't know
yeah,
how to
he
get people there.
you know how to get to me.
Rick, you got any last words?
No, I just want to thank you guys for stepping in here for this last hour, and it was a lot of fun talking to you guys and getting to know you. Thank you,
Yeah.
and I
Same
look
here.
forward to
Thank
seeing you guys on the 11th of November. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
I'm excited. November 11th, United by One. That's gonna be
Yeah.
such an
Should be great. I'm not booked, but I'll be there.
you need to talk to the promoter. I mean,
man. I wonder who that might be.
Such
Anyway, guys,
such
this was a
slacker.
great,
I'll be there.
great show. Liz will be there. She'll be hosting the show. We're gonna have such a great time. Raffles, sponsors, you name it, all over the place. It's gonna be an absolute blast.